That, of course, Michelle Obama, asking the question many may be wondering. When all of the votes are counted after Election Day, there is the potential for a history-making moment. The first female president of the United States. But is the country ready for a woman president? Well, there's a recent poll. It shows a majority of people, 57% say yes, 23% saying no, 20% remaining unsure. To discuss, Daily Beast Chief Creative and Content Officer and host of the Daily Beast podcast, Joanna Coles, joining us. Joanna, welcome back. Great to see you.
Thank you, Hena. Great to be here, even if it is a bit early on a Sunday morning for
That's
me.
why we appreciate you even that much more. Thank you so much. So let's talk about Michelle Obama making that passionate plea to voters for Kamala on Saturday. I hate that I even have to ask this question in 2024, but do you believe the country is ready for a woman president?
Well, I do think the country will be ready for Michelle Obama were she to run for president. She consistently comes up as the most popular candidate for the Democrats. But of course, she's never put herself forward to do it. And she's made it clear she doesn't want to. What's so interesting about Kamala's campaign is, I think, having watched what happened with Hillary Clinton in 2016, Kamala has stayed away from identifying herself either as a woman of color or as a woman. She's trying to make it about the issues. And I do think to some extent she's really succeeded in that. Though we see the electorate very much split. It seems like 53% very much for Kamala, 53% of women and 53% of men for Donald Trump. And he has very much erred towards young men. We know he's scoring better with young men. And I do think the country is ready. The question is Kamala Harris that candidate? And had there been an open convention, would there be more confidence? But she's got a great group of women around her in Michelle Obama. We saw Beyonce coming out for her, not as a celebrity, as she told people in Texas last week, but as a mother, mom, I was going to say. And she appears to be, appealing enormously to women who are extremely concerned about what's happening to their reproductive rights and their medical rights, and the overturning of Roe versus Wade, which is a huge issue not only for women, but also for men, because men don't want to have children that they don't want to have, and they don't want to have to pay for them.
Joanna, we've been keeping our eyes on early voting. So far, with the numbers, more than 40 million votes have been cast. 6 of the early voting states are reporting gender data that I want to share with our viewers. It shows women have cast 54% of the vote, nearly 43% of men have. So will women be the deciding factor this election ultimately?
Well, it certainly shows that women are more organized and they're getting out there early. And we do know that this is a big issue around women's rights, reproductive rights. The Republicans know that this is their big stumbling block. So I would say that the size of the early vote, the enthusiasm of the early vote looks good for Kamala.
The Trump team is working very hard to get Nikki Haley on the stage with him. She had a supportive base of GOP women. We all remember that. Do you think she would be an effective surrogate for the former president?
I don't think Donald Trump wants effective surrogates. I think he wants it to be all about him. And what's so interesting about this is that while Kamala Harris has actually surrounded herself by women who are really supporting her, by big female celebrities. And of course, we haven't even talked about Taylor Swift, who early on in the race endorsed her, and I'm sure will probably come back from her digital platform. She doesn't appear on stage with candidates, but she does talk on social media about them, is that Donald Trump has actually appeared without women. We know his wife is living separately from him. She's exercised her right to choose, and she's chosen to live separately from him. She's actually living with their younger son in Manhattan as he goes to NYU. His daughter, Ivanka, who was a big presence and a big advisor during the first campaigns, is nowhere to be seen. So I think that Donald Trump likes to be surrounded by men. J.D. Vance is the most common surrogate. And I don't think that anybody is convinced by Nikki Haley being a surrogate for them.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.